Episode 4 The Gift. Night settled over the city as Eun Woo and Joon sat across from each other in a small, warm restaurant, eating after a brutal day of work. Eun Woo pushed aside his bowl and sighed. "It doesn't make sense," he muttered. "Every camera that could have caught the culprit just happened to stop working. It's too perfect, too controlled." Joon nodded. "Either he has someone powerful backing him, or he did it himself. And that name, the Untamed, it doesn't fit. His old patterns were different. He only targeted families, burned entire houses." Yunwoo's jaw tightened. "That monster is a narcissistic psychopath. He wants the world to remember him, but thinking he'll never be caught, that delusion will destroy him." Before June could answer, a cheerful voice called out, "Eun Woo turned, stunned. Standing there was his best friend from college, Shi Wang, a Chinese-born man who grew up in Korea. Beside him stood his wife, smiling warmly, with their two children, 12-year-old Suli and 5-year-old Shin. The reunion was joyful. They moved to the same table, laughing, talking, reminiscing. For a brief moment, it felt like life was normal. But outside, a man dressed entirely in black stood still in the shadows, his masked face pointed at them, his lips curled into a slow, twisted smile. That night, exhausted but restless, Eun Woo went home. Instead of sleeping, he opened his laptop and scrolled through his personal archive, newspaper clippings, old case files, crime scene photos from the night his family was murdered. He compared every detail with So Young's case. No DNA, no usable fingerprints, cameras disabled, the same arrogance, the same signature. There was no doubt the Untamed erased everything himself. Suddenly, his phone rang. Eun Woo answered. No one spoke, only heavy breathing. Then a faint, agonizing voice. "Eun Woo, help!" It was Shi Wang. Eun Woo froze. "Shi Wang, what happened? Where are you?" A second voice cut in, a voice he knew from his nightmares. "Eun Woo," it whispered, "a little gift for the 20th anniversary of your trauma." Eun Woo's breath shattered. "If you want me, come for me. Leave them alone, you bastard." The stranger laughed, a sharp, unhinged sound. "This is only the beginning." The call ended. Eun Woo bolted from his apartment and sprinted to his car. He called June, every unit, firefighters, ambulances. His panic was overwhelming. If the Untamed had struck again, there was no time. No time at all. He drove like a man possessed. When he finally reached Shiwang's neighborhood, the house was burning. Flames swallowed everything. Neighbors screamed outside. Firefighters were trying but failing to control the blaze. Eun Woo didn't wait. He climbed the rooftop without hesitation, ignoring the heat scorching his skin. He forced his way through the flames, calling out desperately. Downstairs, he saw Shiwang's wife lying motionless, blood pouring from her head. Shiwang himself was tied to a chair already burning. But then, a weak scream, a small voice. Eun Woo turned toward a half-open bedroom door. Two terrified faces peeked out. "Suli and little Shin. Hold on," he yelled. Outside, chaos grew. Police searched for the killer. Firefighters battled the flames. June, horrified, tried to rush inside, but the sheriff grabbed him. "You go in there, you die. We need you alive to catch the killer." June's eyes filled with tears. He wanted to save his friend, but he thought of his little sister. He collapsed to his knees, screaming in frustration. In the crowd, unnoticed, the killer stood calmly among everyone, dressed in black, smoking a cigarette. His eyes glowed with amusement. Then gasps erupted. Eun Woo appeared on the rooftop, barely standing, holding two children, one in each arm. Firefighters rushed to help them down. The moment his feet touched the ground, Eun Woo collapsed. Blood soaked his uniform. Suli and Shin were limp from exhaustion and smoke. All three were taken to the ambulance. As consciousness faded, Eun Woo had a nightmare. A black-clad man, masked, holding the severed heads of Eun Woo and Joon. The Untamed laughed endlessly. He jolted awake in the hospital, drenched in sweat. June, the nurse, a doctor, and the sheriff stood nearby. Where are the kids?" His voice broke. June looked down. Only Suli survived. Shin had died from lack of oxygen and severe smoke inhalation. Eun Woo's heart collapsed. Tears streamed uncontrollably as he cried like a child, a raw, heartbreaking sound. June tried to comfort him, but nothing could reach him. Even the sheriff quietly stepped out, unable to watch. Later, the house was just ruins, burned black. On an outside wall, written in blood, were two words, "The Untamed."